Good evening. Am I audible to you? Okay. Hi. May I know your name? Okay, you're Rishika. And which school are you in? Gregorian School, Marad. Okay, Ernakulam. Okay, right. Rishika, I'm also from Cochin and my name is Suji Elizabeth George. I'm an online chemistry tutor. I take classes for grade 6 to 10 standard. I take both physics and chemistry. Also takes mathematics to smaller class children. Okay. I have a BA degree in physical science. I did my post graduation in pure chemistry from SB College, Chennashiri. So right now I'm in Cochin, but I'm born and brought up in Tiruvalla, and now I am full-fledged, or I am pursuing to become a full-fledged online tutor. For that, I am joined a diploma course in online teachers training, which is integrated with AI tools, which is being provided by Angle Learn. Okay, so that was about me. So you are in which class? 10th, right? Okay. So how is the classes going? Which is your favorite subject? Oh, very well. You like science. Do you like chemistry? Yeah. Okay, you have been studying, your classes have started. You have been studying about chemical reactions. Burning of magnesium ribbon is the first thing that you have been learned. Okay. So now in this session, I would like to teach about the chemical properties of organic compounds. So, what is an organic compound? Can you please name a few organic substances or some compounds? No clue? So, okay, tell me, what did you have for lunch today? Yes, you had rice and some curry, dal. Okay, fine. All those things you had. Right. Do you know what it is made up of? Our rice is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Yeah, it is a carbohydrate. Of course, you have studied in smaller classes about carbohydrate. Simpler form is glucose. Its complex form is starch that we eat, and it is digested inside our body to form simpler glucose, and that glucose in presence of oxygen that we breathe in burns, or you can say an oxidation reaction is taking place. So what is it? You know about it, no? It is a chemical reaction happening to an organic compound. It is simply inside our body. In biology you have studied that, right? So you already know about it, but yeah, it is just a reaction, oxidation reaction. Glucose reacts with oxygen to give carbon dioxide and a lot of energy. That is a chemical reaction that takes place inside our body. Chemical reaction of what? An organic compound. So today we are going to learn more about the organic compounds, chemical reactions that takes place in organic compound. So, give me a moment. I would like to share something with you. So, in 8th standard, you have learned about coal and petroleum, natural gas, CNG, LPG. What is it? What are they? They are all organic substances, right? They are all hydrocarbons. Yes, of course, they are hydrocarbons, and you have already learned about these coal, petroleum. It is used as fuel. It undergoes, they are all combustible substances. That is, it catches fire very fast. Okay, it catches fire very fast. Then again in the other chapter, combustion and flame, you have studied more about the combustion reaction, burning of a candle, burning of methane gas, all those things. So a little bit more is there in this chapter, carbon and its compounds. So let's see what is there in this chapter. It is very easy. First, we will recall what you have learned in smaller classes. Okay, so reactions of organic compounds. Combustion reaction is there. You know what it is. It is reaction or burning of an combustible substance in air and presence of oxygen. Again, another reaction, oxidation. From the name itself, you know what it is. Addition of oxygen. Oxygen reacting with organic compound. Then this is something new to you. It is substitution reaction. Then comes addition reaction. And all these are simple organic compounds is what you are going to learn in this session. Okay. So I think we will cover combustion reaction and oxidation reaction today. Okay. Now, so you know about fuels, and fuels are petroleum and fuel is all those coal petroleum products are all organic compounds which is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and for examples are petrol, diesel, LPG, natural gas. Okay. So these are carbon rich fuels. They burn, they undergo combustion, releases a large amount of heat and light. That heat is that energy is that we use for what all things we use. We use that energy for cooking, heating and powering vehicles. That is our cars and all the trucks, everything runs using petrol and diesel and also CNG. Okay, at home we use LPG. In earlier days we used to burn wood, right? And also we used to use charcoal. Have you had mandi and all? Yeah, grilled barbecue chicken. Yes, we used to burn charcoal and we used to make all these things. Okay, now let's see what all you remember from your smaller class. What is combustion? Burning of substances. Yes, that is called combustion in presence of oxygen. Okay, why do you think you need oxygen for combustion? Because yes, oxygen helps in burning, or as a reaction is it gets added to these carbon compounds to get carbon dioxide, and then only it will release a lot of heat and light energy. Okay, and so you have learned this as well. Methane, CH4 plus O2. Oxygen burns giving carbon dioxide and water plus lots of heat and light. We will discuss more about it in the coming slides. Okay, what is inflammable and flammable? Do you think it's the same or it's opposite? Yeah, it's the same meaning. The word inflammable is also means flammable. What are inflammable substances? Yes, objects or substances which catches fire very easily are called inflammable substances. Fuels and calorific value. Okay, what is that about? So can you fill in that blank? Calorific value of a fuel is the amount of dash released by burning a unit of mass of that fuel, or 1 kg of fuel. When it burned, we will get a lot or a lot of dash. What is it? Yes, of course, very correct, energy. And this fuel has higher calorific value per kg. Petrol or wood? What do you think? Yes, obviously it is petrol. Wood takes a lot of time to get heated up and then only wood will burn. Whereas Petrol is inflammable, it catches fire easily and it produces lot of heat and light energy. Okay. So can you tell me, so in organic chemistry you have studied about methane, ethane, and just see what is there in your gas cookie at home. LPG gas cylinder contains basically two similar alkanes, propane and butane. So propane is a carbon compound which contains how many carbon atoms? Yes, 3. Butane contains, but is a Greek word for number 4. Okay, so in CNG it is mostly methane. Meth means 1. The methane contains formula is CH4. It contains only 1 carbon atom. That all is covered in the previous session. Okay, now combustion is the first reaction that we are going to learn in this chapter. So, all carbon in its all its allotropic forms, in any form, may it be in any form, it is cyclic, chained, or it is methanol alcohol. If there is alcohol, functional group, whatever it is, carbon compounds burns in oxygen to give carbon dioxide along with the release of heat and light energy. It is a good fuel because a large amount of heat and light is released on burning. And these oxidation reaction, normal oxidation reactions you have learned in first chapter, right? Magnesium reacting with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. Similarly, here we can say that carbon reacts with O2 to give CO2 and heat and light is released as energy. Methane, CH4 again, reacts with oxygen or burns in air to give carbon dioxide. And what is H2O? Yes, this is water in the form of liquid. No, it is here. The water is in the form of vapor because the energy that is produced is a lot of heat is produced. So water cannot be remained in the liquid form. It will give gas. Yes, it is in the vapor form. Okay, here, which is this compound? CH3CH2OH. Can you tell me the functional group in that? Yes, it is OH. Right. Alcohol. Very good. So, alcohol, this is ethyl eth. 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms are there. So, it is ethanol, ethyl alcohol. Okay. So, it reacts with carbon to give carbon dioxide, water, and heat and light. That was about combustion reaction. Then there is a reaction, oxidation reaction. Oxidation and combustion reaction is almost the same, but in combustion reaction, what happens? It is uncontrollable. When something when the combustion of, when a fuel starts burning, it will be completely burned off. There is no control. But oxidation reaction, when you learn it, also it has got this complete combustion. Along with that, there are controlled way of doing a combustion. So in the case of combustion reaction, we learned that when alcohol is heated in presence of oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide and water vapor plus energy. But here in the case of oxidation, if you use some oxidizing agent and given a little bit of heat, this alcohol does not completely combust into carbon dioxide, but before that another organic compound will be formed. Okay, so that kind oxidation reaction means it includes complete combustion, controlled combustion, oxidation, combustion itself, and catalytic oxidation of these organic substances. So organic substances, basically when it is heated in presence of alkaline potassium permanganate or acidified potassium dichromate. These are oxidizing agent. We get plus heat. It's not high energy heat. Plus heat we will get. What is this compound? It is methanoic acid, or is it acetic acid? So alcohol is converted into an carboxylic acid when oxidation takes place in a controlled form. Okay, so let's start to study more about it. Okay, so this was about controlled combustion. Yeah, you can see here alcohol burning with a blue flame, and in this side a puja is happening, and this pujari is doing some pujas. He's taking camphor in that small bowl and burning it, and that burns with a yellow flame. You should keep this in mind while in later session you will need this. Okay. So back to I would like to show you some other thing as well. Let's move on. Yeah. If you have your textbook, please open it, and I want you to take your book. Take a rough book and a pen and pencil so that you can write down the equations that is needed. So chemical properties of organic compounds. First is combustion. We have discussed about it. So all these equations we have seen. And activity 4.3. The teacher did some experiment in class. She took alcohol with her, then camphor and also naphthalene. You know naphthalene ball is pata gulia. So naphthalene balls also is taken by the teacher and she is burning. So, what is the result? What is the observe? If you observe the nature of the flame for alcohol, you'll get a blue color flame. Okay. And for camphor, we will get a yellow flame with a black smoke as well in between. Okay. That is one thing you should need to remember. So, this alcohol being, it is a, what is alcohol? CH3, CH2OH. This is ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Okay, ethanol is something we can use it in the lab in a diluted form. So, from this experiment, we can say that saturated saturated hydrocarbons, you have said what is saturated? Means it contains only single bonds. Okay, saturated hydrocarbons will mostly give clean flame, clean blue flame. Example, you also know that LPG. If your stove is new and all, there is no dirt inside your stove holes and the holes are clean and all, LPG gas will also give a blue flame. Blue flame, when it is blue flame only, the energy here the oxidation will be complete, and also the calorific value will be more, and the result that will be getting more, and the utensils also will not get blackened. Okay, so we will get a clean flame if it is saturated, and also you will get a clean flame if it is a complete combustion. That is all the carbon, if we get sufficient amount, a more amount of oxygen is there, then the oxygen will be completely, yes. Okay. And what about camphor and naphthalene? Naphthalene has a double, this is naphthalene structure. It is cyclic structure with so many double bonds in between. Okay, somewhat like this. Okay, so it is an unsaturated hydrocarbon, and unsaturated carbohydrate gives, what did you see over here? Yeah, over here you saw it is a flame is yellow with black smoke. Okay, yeah. And as a result of this, and if you take a plate and you hold on top of this, you can see that black color is deposited, soot or black carbon black is deposited on the plate which we hold on top of the flame. Okay, so even so when there is saturated, the saturated is burnt, we get a clean flame. Unsaturated, you get an yellow flame. If the combustion is happening in the presence of less amount of oxygen, so excess oxygen, we get a blue clean flame. Complete combustion happens. Complete combustion means more efficiency, correct amount of energy is produced, high efficiency product. If the oxygen supply is limited, then what happens? Then yellow flame will come and the carbon soot or black carbon will be formed when the oxygen supply is limited. Okay, so soot is formed when oxygen supply is limited or it is less. So if you observe the bottom of your cooking vessel and if it's getting blackened, what does it mean? Black means soot. If it is a blue flame, soot will not be present there or black color will not be deposited on the utensils. That means that the air holes are blocked. You can see a stove. There's two rounds over there. There are small holes through which gas come inside, and below the stove also there is space, and above obviously there is space, and needs to have more oxygen. Air supply should be more, then only we will get a blue flame. But if there is some dirt deposited in between or the air holes are blocked, the fuel will get wasted. Not only the fuel will get wasted, but also our utensil will turn into a black color thing. Okay, so and again, we have seen there is lots of pollution. If you are staying near a highway and all, we can see that our it is full of black smoke coming, or our house will be full of black dust, and that is all because of the soot. Sometimes what happens is these vehicles will have the petrol that we use in vehicles will have some amount of nitrogen and sulfur in them. Okay, and the combustion of nitrogen and sulfur also can produce this black color soot in the atmosphere. Okay, so that was about this, and let's move on to oxidation. So oxidation reaction is something similar to combustion. We have learned in the previous chapter, it said Mg plus O2. Yes, this is also an oxidation reaction. It is a burning of ribbon and it's also an oxidation reaction. Here we are going to take ethanol, CH3, CH2OH inside a test tube. Okay, inside a test tube, and we are warming it gently in a water bath. Inside this we are going to add, first we will be adding alkaline. KMNO4 is the chemical formula for potassium permanganate drop by drop. What is its function? Its function is to or oxidize or to provide oxygen. So oxygen here, the alcohol is getting oxygen from the alkaline KMnO4 that is being added to the solution. So when this experiment is going on, this KMnO4, have you seen KMnO4? Usually use it as antiseptic. If you want to clean water, you will add a little bit of KMnO4. At home also we have it. It is slightly purple in color. In water it is actually pink in color. So while this alcohol is getting heated, this pink color disappears and a light brown color appears, or it becomes colorless mainly. Okay, you cannot figure out that pink color will be gone. Okay, what happens here is that alcohol has been converted. You can see the formula over here. Alcohol is converted into carboxylic acid. So this reaction or oxidation reaction where alcohol is converted into carboxylic acid in the presence of alkaline KMnO4. In between also there is some product forming. We are not discussing aldehyde. First, when alcohol is heated, it converts to aldehyde and then it finally becomes carboxylic acid. If you heat it more and more, then the final product will be carbon dioxide and water. So we need to prepare carboxylic acid. This is the manufacture of carboxylic acid. We do like this. If you want to make carboxylic acid, we do controlled oxidation of alcohol. That is, alcohol is mixed with alkaline potassium permanganate or acidified K2Cr2O7. Can you say whose formula is this? Yes, we have already mentioned the name over here somewhere. Can you see? It is dichromate, potassium dichromate. It is orange in color originally. It is orange in color. It changes to green while the process is going on. Okay. So what happens here? These oxidizing agents gets reduced. Okay, that is what happens there, and reduced orange color will be changed to green. That is chromium. Chromate here, dichromate here reduced to chromate. Okay, that is, you don't need to learn more about it, but the color changes, meaning this catalyst that we use here, or the compound that helps in oxidation, this oxidation agents gets reduced during the process. So this is an important one. So alcohol in presence of, you can write it with me, CH3, CH2OH. And you have to put an arrow over there. This is the situation or condition which is this reaction happens. Alkaline KMnO4 plus heat is also applied gives CH3COOH. So ethanol is converted to ethanoic acid. Here, this oxidizing agent produces oxygen, and this oxygen is called nascent oxygen. Okay, and that oxygen is added to the product. Water is removed from that product, and usually, actually, you have to get, you'll get ethanoic acid. Okay. So, alkaline potassium permanganate and acidified potassium dichromate are dash. What does it do? Yes, it oxidizes alcohols to, yes, correct. Yes, and so it is known as oxidizing agent. So in the earlier chapter you have studied about oxidation, addition of oxygen or removal of, yes, that is called oxidation. So this is about in this section. So you know now what is combustion. It is, yes, burning of, correct. So if it is a blue flame, what does it mean? Either it can be a, yes, Okay, correct. Or there is complete combustion in presence of excess of oxygen. Okay, so why does your vessel get blackened during the process of cooking? Yeah, there is incomplete combustion. Yellow flame is produced instead of blue flame, and soot is getting. Yeah, very correct. So I want you to learn this portion thoroughly, and I'll be asking questions tomorrow before the session comes. And next we will go to our next session. We will study about substitution reaction and addition reaction that takes place in organic compounds. Okay, that was it for today. I hope you understand. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, yes, I want you to write down all the equations and learn like that. And equations should be balanced as well. Right. Okay, so it's a bye for me. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good evening.